What's better than an RV GPS? Maybe a really good free RV GPS. Hi folks, I'm Chris License, and this is Our License to Travel. Welcome back. Today, we're going to take a look at a GPS idea that you can use to navigate in real time and are able to enter in information about your rig, the height, the length, the weight, and other particulars so you can streamline your routing more safely to get to your destination. What's surprising is that it's free and it has been out for a while. It is an app called TruckMap. They have made some improvements since its release a while back, which could make it a viable option for you to use. So let's set up this GPS so we can use it with our RV. Okay, there are some things that I'd like for my GPS to do for me, like know the size and particulars of the RV. We would like it to know and route us around low overpasses, low clearance tunnels, turns we can't make, and dead ends where we can't turn around, etc. 2, we'd like it easy to use, something that Shelly and I can work with while actually traveling and not have to be fumbling with it, like adding points of interest that are already in the system, not having to track them down on another device. We would like it to have a great display with choices like landscape or portrait and options on the type of map, standard, satellite, or hybrid. Also, info on the top and the bottom of the screen that's real easy to access, like time of arrival, our next turn, not a distraction, but the information we need when we need it. Number 3, we don't want our dash or the display to be cluttered. We already have been using Google Maps, but it doesn't have the ability to input the parameters that TruckMaps allows us to. We also don't want another subscription. We spend enough as it is, nor do we want it to be too expensive of a unit. After all, most of us already have a phone. It fits that bill automatically, and we've got a great mount already installed in our F450. There are some other pretty neat extras, like you can set a speed profile which will be a more accurate representation of when you get to your destination. No more adding an hour or two for Google time. Now it does reroute pretty quick if you've made a quick detour or stop along the route, and when that happens, Shelly's able to double check and make sure all is copacetic. With our custom mount, it's pretty easy to do. There are also some quick icons along the bottom of the display for things you might want to use along your route to your destination, like CAT scales, truck stops, rest stops, fuel, and a whole lot more. If you go into settings, you can set your length. Use the hamburger icon. It's in the top left. It's those 3 lines stacked on top of each other so that you can set your length. Now, you don't get to put in the exact number, but pretty darn close. For me, I chose the next longest just to be safe. It's about 5-foot increments. Then set your height. This is something you should already have recorded earlier. We actually put it right on our dash in imperial and metric. If you haven't already done so, measure when you're hooked up to your tow vehicle. Here's where it gets embarrassing. Then comes the weight of your RV. Here's where the CAT scale comes in. If you haven't done so already, I'll bet you're either over or pretty close to being overweight. You can also change the fuel type. Ours is diesel. It can give you recommendations on where to fuel up as well. You also have voice command options as well. That's the voice the device speaks to you with in the app. Now, for some reason, mine just kind of disappeared after I initially set it up, so I'm going to go back and check on that and we'll report back. You can even have it avoid tolls, which you can toggle on and off if you'd like. Some of us just don't want to pay tolls and don't mind going out of the way. Now, planning your route. This is one of their major improvements. Now, you can pick 2 points that you want to navigate to and from, like if you're not at either location. You want to go from here to there.
From here to there.
Like this point in Arizona to this point in New Mexico. It'll show you the calculated route. We have been using a Garmin, an older one, for our primary and have been using Google Maps for our secondary system. And that can create a little consternation. But due to its unreliability, we will be switching to truck maps as a final backup. We like the redundancy and use a motor carrier's road atlas just as an in case there is no signal and our Garmin fails. So you input the route, then up comes the map with your turn-by-turn directions. It has a decent display layout of the map itself, but
Drive
we
south
rely on
for a
the
tenth of a
Garmin
mile.
to show us what lanes we have to be in when we're preparing to turn in heavy traffic, like in a city where we need to get to an exit quickly. This is just something that this app hasn't caught up with yet. Now, it is in their works, and it may be something that they're going to deal with a little bit later on, but right now, we just use our backup, or correction, we just use our main system. But it's a great backup and can be a good primary for what it is. We do like the info that it gives at the bottom and the top of the screen. It's just enough to give you a lot of good info without cluttering the display, like your ETA, miles left, and estimated time to destination. There is also a speedometer on the bottom. I rely on the trucks, but reference back and forth a lot. And the same thing with the Garmin that we use. At the top, it gives your next turn and how far to it, as well as the direction of the turn. There are some neat extras. If you have a passenger/navigator, we should always have a navigator. You can swipe up from the bottom where you can get the weather along your route in real time. Like it's cloudy or sunny, the temperatures, wind speeds, and directions is kind of a great heads up. That's pretty much most of the things I like about this GPS. Number one, it's free. It's already on your phone, iPhone or Android. It is size specific to your RV and gives you pretty good directions and is easy to navigate. Plus, you've probably already got a mount for your phone in your rig right now. I do wish you could fiddle with the volume controls, especially when using the Bluetooth from the phone for music. It tends to be a little soft, and a separate app volume would be really nice. We are waiting for it to come up with the lane direction, keep you out of the exit-only lanes. It still isn't quite as good as some of the more famous GPSs, but still makes a great backup. They have made some great advancements in making it smoother and easier to navigate and operate, but it still has a ways to go. It does have a ton of information in it, and that makes it a lot better. You can even drop a pin in the map when you need to. Remember, no GPS gets it right all of the time. Like sometimes the final exact destination may be on the wrong side of the road. So prior to starting out, a quick look at Google Earth would confirm what you're looking for. All in all, it's not bad for a free GPS and pretty hard to complain about. That should do it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if we don't see you out on the road, we hopefully will see you in our next video. Please, travel safe.